In this video, I want to talk about why pitching is the hardest skill in all of sports. After watching this video, I'm sure you'll have newfound appreciation for pitchers, like the insane physical toll they experience after every outing, the extraordinary precision they must possess to succeed at the highest level, and the robust mindset they need to shoulder the sheer amount of pressure that accompanies the essential role they play. I guarantee that you will view the game of baseball through a new set of lenses, and ultimately find the game more exciting to play and to watch. I did make a video about why hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports, so am I not contradicting myself? To clarify, that argument was mainly based on success rate. Hitting a baseball is so ridiculously hard that hitters aren't even expected to succeed. The difficulty of hitting mainly stems from its fundamentally challenging nature, but batting mechanics are not nearly as complex and difficult as pitching mechanics. Anyway, let's get into it. First, I want to talk about the insane amount of stress a pitcher must endure. Along with the tennis serve and the golf swing, the pitching motion is one of the most complicated athletic motions in all of sports. A baseball thrown at 95 miles per hour requires a pitcher's fingertips to be moving at 95 miles per hour at the point of release, which means that a pitcher needs to transfer enough force up his body to ultimately accelerate his hand up to that speed. In order to achieve that, a pitcher must transfer energy from the ground up through his legs, his hips, through his torso, shoulders, elbow, wrist, and the fingertips. Every muscle must fire during its own very tiny window, and every joint must rotate in the correct sequence. If even one link in the kinetic chain is mistimed, mechanical inefficiencies surface and energy goes to waste. As a result, pitching velocity is reduced, and worse, injury risk increases. Unsurprisingly, the fastest moving human body part in any sport is a pitcher's hand, at around 95 miles per hour. Some pitchers can even move their hand up to 105 miles per hour. And this is linear velocity. When it comes to rotational velocity, the fastest rotational velocity belongs to the shoulder's internal rotation of a pitcher. The maximum angular velocity of this movement can go up to 9,000 degrees per second, which means that if you kept spinning the shoulder at this maximum speed, it would rotate 25 times in a single second. After the ball leaves the hand from 95 miles per hour must come to a stop, and the shoulder, rotating at 9,000 degrees per second, must stop rotating completely. Because as the arm is rotating forward, the shoulder experiences a pulling force that is essentially trying to pull the arm out of its socket. If the shoulder does not decelerate, there's a good chance the arm would dislocate from its socket. This deceleration takes place in a few hundredths of a second, putting immense stress on the rotator cuff, the ulnar collateral ligament, and muscles surrounding the elbow. When pitching, a pitcher is basically pushing his UCL dangerously close to its absolute structural breaking point. This is why many scientists believe that a human can never throw 110 miles per hour. The UCL would snap before the ball is even released. In all of sports, pitching is easily the most mechanically violent and stressful repetitive motion. Every time a pitcher throws a ball, he is sending a lightning bolt through his arm. And he's often doing this over 100 times a game. Considering the enormous amount of torque the elbow must endure during the delivery and the deceleration phase, is it really a surprise that pitchers tear their ligaments and need elbow surgery? Second, I want to talk about the exceptional precision a pitcher must have. One of the most basic requirements of a pitcher is to throw strikes, which is basically throwing a ball inside an imaginary rectangle with an area under 2.5 square feet, positioned 60 feet 6 inches away. Being able to consistently locate the ball inside of this imaginary box isn't even close to making you a good pitcher. A good pitcher is able to throw the ball to the edge of the strike zone, while throwing at maximum effort. They must master an entire arsenal of pitch types, with different grips, release angles, wrist orientation, movement patterns, velocity, all while being able to consistently command every single one. And they must do all of this while repeating the most violent, stressful, and complex movement in sports. Part of being a good pitcher isn't just having good mechanics, it's having repeatable mechanics. Mechanics need to be repeatable for pitches to be accurate and to have consistent velocity and movement. So aside from having good mechanics, a pitcher must repeat these mechanics over and over again throughout their outing, all while experiencing fatigue. The pitching motion is an incredibly complex movement. It is also a rapid movement, all taking place in just over a second. This often makes it challenging for pitchers to pinpoint what went wrong after a mistake, and a nightmare to fix flaws in their motion. Just throw strikes is not good enough. A difference in only a few inches can turn a perfect pitch into a mistake over the heart of the plate that gets crushed over the outfield wall. Most skills in sports can be broken down into three categories: physical, technical, and mental. And that is exactly why my final point will be about the psychological side of pitching. There's something unique about the role of a pitcher. He sets the pace of the game, he's involved in every play, he has direct influence over the batter's performance, and even when the ball is put in play, he's partly responsible for where the ball's hit. Baseball has no time limit. The game waits for the pitcher. Every player is waiting for him, every fan is watching him, and every camera is pointed at him. There is no way for the pitcher to stall, waste time, defer responsibility, and avoid confrontation by passing the ball to another teammate. He must throw the pitch. The batter knows that one swing can change everything, and the pitcher knows this. But for him, it's one bad pitch that can change everything. One wrong pitch in the wrong location at the wrong time means a home run that turns a game on its head. Every triumph and failure can be credited to a pitcher. Every success begins with him. No player has more direct control over the outcome of each play. He is responsible for everything that happens on the field. If the pitcher walks people, hits batters, throws wild pitches, and gives up hits and home runs, there is nothing that anyone can do about it, and no way for his teammates to help him. He needs to step back on the mound and figure it out. He must figure it out. And that is scary. That is isolating. That's what separates pitching from every other position. More than anything, it is ultimately a test of responsibility and leadership. As a pitcher, every pitch is yours to throw, every mistake is yours to own, and every success begins in your hands. And that is why pitching is the hardest skill in all of sports. If you have any other suggestions or ideas for how I can make this video better, or make my videos better in general, you're welcome to leave them down in the comment section. If you like this kind of video, make sure to subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.